Welcome, faraway friends, to another edition of Darkeport, Curse of Strahd style. Shout out to our sister stream, Constructed Chaos. Love to have y'all around. Alex had his go at the table, so now, of course, we're scheming to get Morgan on this one at some point. And
let's go.
I think we're ready to go. We have, of course, our wonderful seduction candle over there from Briarwick. Thank you, Miss Kate Glass.
It doth smell good.
It is a wonderful way to keep me on target. I'm always thinking about how to get that. Just reweave that theme right on in there. Seriously. Okay, let's light that puppy up.
We need you.
Let us be seduced.
We really need the release, you know what I mean, after that huge battle.
Always need a release.
We need it.
Okay, Gareth, so we're going to start with you. No.
We do have a journal.
You and Mark. We do have a journal.
Yes, I'm journaling today. All right. Let's see. What's going on in Farron's old head? Surely nothing interesting.
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing at all.
Good things. All good things.
And just like that, I sealed my fate. One rash decision, fueled by my usual afflictions. Self-pity, abandonment issues, my bullshit victim mentality. They drove me... Wait, stop. They drove me. I'm still making it sound like this is anyone's fault but my own. I left. I walked out into the streets of Vallaki alone. And now I'll pay the consequences, probably for eternity. I'm at least some version of turned. My blood still runs, but it's cold and dark. I have little hope that even Kishtari could save me now. I've been having to sit with the idea of forever. Not just because I'll probably be stuck here forever, but worse, because for the first time I think I lost someone forever. I only knew Finny a handful of days, but he showed me kindness. He didn't judge me. In fact, he tried to embrace me. And we lost him. Herein lies my real dilemma. My meditations on eternity are leading me in conflicting directions. Now that I see myself bound to Barovia, I wish to embrace these people as Finny embraced me. They're my last chance at friendships, at family. But if I open my heart to them and then lose them one by one to the horrors of this place, I spend my eternity mourning them. I can't believe I can travel dimensions and still find myself in a lose-lose situation. Maybe I haven't changed at all.
Kaylin.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
Okay, guys, that's the new bar.
Damn it.
Oof.
You've just been recently visited by the surviving patriarch of the Mardikovs, Davian, in all of his clinky, shabby mix-up glory, having like the silver teapot spout along with the threadbare robes sort of thing. And you are in, I don't have the second floor out there, but you're up on the second floor of the winery that you've just recently liberated after a pretty substantial battle with all kinds of various blights. You had a shambling mound even make an appearance, but you found, but Artexia managed to find the druid that was hiding behind all of it and shattered the Gultia staff that he was using to control the entire operation. And when it let out that scream, that took out not only the creatures inside of the winery, but as far as you know, all of the blights out in the fields as well. So maybe there's some stragglers lurking out there, you don't know yet, but for the moment at least, the winery is yours. And the Mardikovs have wasted no time getting back in, and you spent the rest of the day helping them put it back together as best you could. And now, tired, battle-weary, maybe spirit weary as well in some cases, you all pull into what is becoming an oddly familiar rhythm. And for the more perspicacious amongst you, you'll find yourselves even sleeping in the same relative spots to the others. Like even though you've now camped in many different situations, you're just like a habit is starting to develop. A little ecosystem is beginning to emerge. With Ismark's bedroll getting closer and closer to Kira's.
Aw.
If you did like a time elapse, like Ismark's bedroll, it would march over. Yeah.
That's great.
Until they're in one bedroll.
Ooh.
I mean,
We're not gonna make it awkward forever, but
We already have.
Come on.
dong, dong, dong. Okay,
Fucking
so
Ishmak pays him to create the
What?
barrier
This
between
isn't
you guys.
plan, all right?
Can we have the hut for the night?
Yeah.
let's see.
You know we're just jealous.
Where? And you should be.
Nice.
I got the Ismark, guys.
You did.
And you might be, I'm going to say, that's actually pretty funny. I'm going to say that you, let's see. Yeah, Gira, because you and Ismark are on watch. And as you're just poking your head out into the hallway, looking over the railing, making sure in the mass of wooden bodies that you have not had a chance to clear out yet, that there isn't some survivor or some kind of stirring down there, just to make sure.
Oh yeah, I'm checking all of that.
Your character might note that you had thought that maybe that big master bedroom was where Davian slept, but it actually looks like he's sleeping in a much more modest area, and that Stefania and her husband, the one who was pregnant but also blessed, also had the Night Mother's blessing, so she was a were-raven, and her husband Dag seemed to be occupying the master bedroom.
I forgot she was a were-raven too. That's right. She can't transform though while she's pregnant.
She's very reluctant to,
Yeah.
because
It could hurt.
that could potentially cause real problems. Yeah, maybe not. And
Foreshadowing, anyone?
perhaps.
We shall see.
And then you go back in. You see your companions in various states. Some of them are already dozing. Ismark goes over and he gives Sasha a kiss on the forehead. And I imagine Sasha's already cozied up with the cat, with a certain cat. Yeah.
Time.
And he goes to sleep with a smile on his face as Cat Artexia is making biscuits on his face.
I'm still I haven't gotten to sleep yet. I'm still, keeping a little watching.
Yeah, you actually only need to trance out for 4 hours. So
Nice.
Must be nice.
that's why you and your other
Take the middle shift. Yeah.
that's why your full other elf blood companion, because even the bad middle shift, you get plenty of rest. So as you're settling in, Ismark looks over at you, and you've gone through the procedure too of helping him. You're helping him take off his armor. He turns around and helps you take off your armor. It's not as heavy, but it's still nice. Just easy.
It's easier.
I've been thinking, Gira, about a lot. Oh, it's funny how after battle, these feelings and ideas sometimes that come in with what my mother would have called startling clarity. And I know I still have much to reckon with in terms of where I've been and how I feel about leaving Barovia Village. I was going to say to its fate, but I don't think I have. Maybe this is just all justification in my head, but I feel like we're actually doing something. Like I haven't abandoned them. I'm still fighting. I still have my home in my heart. I always will. Even though I'm not there anymore. Does that make sense?
It does. You thought the battle was in one place.
And by leaving that place, you were leaving the battle behind.
It always had been, no?
It is in different ways, different people.
But he looks around, we've done something important here. I'm not attuned the way that the magic wielders are, but I know that something of consequence was worked here because of our cunning and our strength. And this family has back their birthright now. And more importantly, with full respect to them, the valley, the entire valley has back, I don't know, a bit of joy, hope, something
At least
like that.
for now. Yes. It's the same thing about Falaki. In the church.
I guess
You are making a difference.
that's what I'm hoping. I really do. I think about the Mary, the one who was weeping, and I think about Father Donovich, and I hope they're all finding a way to survive, Gira.
They may not. This is a difficult battle, and the battle is in all corners of this place. The battle is in the shadows. And you cannot run from shadows.
You didn't hesitate earlier when you said our work wasn't done.
The family has the building and the land.
No,
But what brought joy was this other magic that has been taken
no, you're right.
to be twisted by whoever they are.
No, the work wasn't done. It wasn't done. I think of all the things I admire about you the most. Maybe it's your clarity. My entire life I've been plagued by wondering and second guessing. The only thing that I knew was that I had to protect him. But
And that is your clarity.
your vision is much broader, though.
There are many things that I am confused on sometimes.
Such as?
Well, for a while, my own heart. Loved another, but it wasn't right. He wasn't mine, and I wasn't his.
How do you know these things?
I didn't. Now I do.
Talk like that is. he looks around at the others and inches a little closer to you.
shoulder bump. Sometimes you do not have clarity because you do not have the answer.
Small groan from a sleeping Morgathi.
Sometimes the answer will come, sometimes you have to go look for it. And sometimes some mist has to pull you into another dimension in order to find it.
So you're not. I don't know. I wasn't gonna say this, but as usual, you can pluck the thoughts right out of my head. You're not angry that you're here, or what had to happen so that we could meet?
No,
No?
absolutely not. Out of all of my companions, I probably was the one looking for difficulties. Difficulties are what causes growth. The world that I come from has very few difficulties to find. My people do not shy away from what is difficult or scary or unknown. We stare it in the face most of my entire life.
Is that you're saying you relish this?
It is not a relish, it is to not be afraid of being challenged. It's the same thing as being willing to risk losing what you do have in order to gain something better.
What if I'm not as brave as you are?
Gosh, you are.
I don't mean in battle. Battle doesn't frighten me. You win or you lose. But, I mean, you know what I mean.
When you have something you do not want to lose, that is when you are the most afraid.
Truly. I need to find a fancy name for you two.
Quit one-upping me in romance.
and then he kind of shimmies closer to you, pulls you to him, and just like soaks in your warmth and your presence.
No.
Okay.
I put my arm around him and do the whole like head on the shoulder thing.
You make an insight check.
Ooh. Suspicious.
That's an nat 20.
I kind of felt.
That felt nice. So that is 25,
Normally
if that matters.
Normally on really high rolls, let alone 20s, like I go into a long. I'm gonna give you one sentence that I think is gonna convey exactly what I want. His mama raised him right.
That did it.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Just see little hearts popping all around.
And you can feel like he is allowing this beautiful, unlikely thing that is growing between. He is allowing it, and he is actually feeding it and pulling it to him with all of his heart. Even though he's a little more like reserved and outwardly, but you can
This man in real life.
you can feel that next to him in his heartbeat and in the way he's holding you.
I would say she's doing a very similar thing. I mean,
I feel it.
yeah. It's kind of a mishmash of the way of her people and the decisions that she's made and who she's become. And there's danger in putting up, especially to warriors. Like, that's not something she's...
And I think he's outwardly, if memory serves, he has already told you, like, he knows he's going to die in battle one day.
I think it's kind of a warrior thing. Like, he said that, and she's just like, yep. That's how warriors die. Like, she's like, same.
So that moment is there. You know what? It's quiet and it's unconventional, but if you don't have it right now, give yourself inspiration.
Oh. Yeah, I knew it.
I do, and I just keep forgetting to use it.
Okay.
Pass it along, baby.
Take one out.
You knew it. You could smell it. You could smell it, Artexia. You knew it was coming. Okay.
I need to use it, guys.
Second shift.
That's my alert.
Comes in, and Morgathi, you find yourself in an unusual place, and Artexia, you're watching as the quickening, the level up, but the quickening in these characters, of course, it manifests differently for each person. Mm-hmm. In some ways, like very obviously, Durgan is deeper in the grace of the Morning Lord. Theron is able to take that chaotic moment and re-scramble some of the threads, like literally where her power now has different pathways, different spells. And since that's all innate, that would feel really like profound, I think, where your magic is like literally changing in your body. Mm-hmm. With Morgathi, though, you see him. You've heard of this before. I don't think, because there aren't that many wizards where you're at. Because remember, you were like deep in the Great Woods. Mm-hmm. And even when you did meet other elves, they probably would have been, most of them would have been rangers, or maybe occasionally the occasional other druid. Mm-hmm. But like for the kind of magic that he uses, hermetic magic, like where it's very, very precise and everything is measured, almost like an exquisite cookbook, that kind of thing, that would have been rare.
I feel like I saw it whenever I was younger in the palace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Morgathi, you feel yourself just starting to get into this, like, almost where you're kind of coming in and out of your body. You watch your own hand, pick up your quill, open your grimoire, and through some weird concatenation of ancestral memory and sheer instinct, and maybe some version of the sight with a capital S, you start just writing, and you're not watching your hand, you're just staring. You see his eyes, Artexia, just staring off into space, and his hand is moving on itself, and he's beginning to flawlessly.
So I'm still a cat right now, by the way. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to hop up on his shoulders and like look over
Okay.
while he's in whatever trance.
Just have a fur stole.
Yeah. Like gonna like
Circle around
lean
my neck.
over.
And he's picking up speed as he goes on. You're aware of the cat, but nothing but like violence would shake you out of what's happening right now.
I want to just give our surroundings around us a feel for if
anything is
yeah, if
approaching.
anything's happening with him or like something's like
Go ahead and give yourself.
trolling him or something. I don't know.
Go ahead and give a perception. Make a perception roll.
So I'm aware of the cat. Do I?
You're still aware of the room, but it's
Perception?
It's all once removed.
Got it.
Right now.
12.
12.
I did
Okay.
a really bad roll, yeah.
You don't. You don't hear or see any immediate danger, and this is weird, but he doesn't seem. There's nothing like. There's no nefarious scent to him. So you see, as he finishes, as he begins to slow down, it hits a peak. You see the moment it hits a peak, where his hand is just a blur across the, almost superhuman. I mean, just kind of like crazy.
Can I tell what he's writing or no?
And then it starts to slow down. Make an Arcana check.
Oh, goodness. Alright. What is it? A 10 plus whatever Arcana is, which is 2. So 12 again. Bloody hell.
Okay, you think he's writing some kind of magical formulae right now. But from what you remember as a child, and remember you're like about 120, so that was a long time ago. But what you remember as a child is when they would write it down in their spell books, they would be like meticulous and so careful. And so this is like
Really fast.
this is really fast.
But it still looks just as
It looks
meticulous.
perfect. And then finally it starts to slow down, like the momentum is finally coasting to an end. And you feel Morgathi take this whole full body just, and it's that when you exhale, there's this like wave of just complete relief and satisfaction as you look down. You have to work. Your wrist is a little bit sore as you work that out.
I'm not gonna scratch you, but I'm gonna like put my paw up here and just like just a little like claw and be like, "Can you tell if I'm here?" Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Will he react?
yeah, I'll be like,
just a
"Hey," and I like look down. If he looks at me, I'm just look down at the paper as if to ask him, "What the fuck?"
What you doing?
I have actually never been around people when that's happened before. What did it look like to you?
When I hop down, I turn myself and well, so I'm stretching. I haven't stretched. It looked like you were in a trance. I'm not gonna lie. I whisper kind of a little bit lower because people are sleeping.
Well, let us see what kind of trance I had, shall we? As I lift up the book. Oh, my. I wrote new spells in my spell book. And this one is fireball right here. And then the other. Oh. Well, that will be handy. Huh.
What? Come on.
You're gonna have to share.
I'm going to surprise you with this while we're out and about. You'll enjoy it, I promise you.
No.
What happens
Does that
to you?
happen often?
Well, every time I quicken. What happens to you?
I feel like I just feel like myself. I never really know what happens until I start to use my spells, and suddenly I know something more.
Right.
I don't know. All right.
For me, it's a buildup of pressure, magical energy that requires release.
Oh.
That release comes in the form of my hand and my body and other things doing things I just don't expect. And there we are.
This was the strongest it ever was, though. And Artexia, you're thinking back, because it's all been so quick, but you and Morgathi have spent the most time together. He's probably done this before, and it just looked like he was furiously journeying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this time you saw it from the beginning, and it was so over the top that it got your attention.
Okay, I lied. It's actually a little hut that we're going to be able to sleep in from now on.
Great.
I know, it's going to be great. You'll love it. Don't tell them.
Yeah, we're gonna let them sleep in the dirt.
Only you're gonna have to explain this more later.
Oh, you'll see. Nothing's going on.
No, I just checked the surroundings. It seems pretty all right as it is now. Is everyone still asleep right now?
Do you still have the staff that you destroyed? The pieces of it?
The one piece that I kept? I did. No, I lit it on fire, didn't
Yeah,
I?
I thought we
think you burnt-
intentionally gathered.
There
Didn't
was
you go around
nothing-
and
You
gather
burnt-
I went around
scraps
and
of it
gathered
and make
scrap-
sure we got rid of everything of it?
Gira went to lengths to make sure that every
We are not doing this.
splinter of it was.
Yeah.
It's
no.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing's gone.
It's gone.
What a waste.
What were you gonna
And
do?
honestly, the Mardikovs probably took the druids out and burnt all of their bodies too. And scattered
Alright.
the ashes to the winds.
Smoky round here.
Is there word on when the wine will start flowing again?
Honestly, there's barrels left if you want to slurp it up. Just got a little bit of some twigs in it, perhaps, but
We need to send a letter, as I pull a letter out,
Yeah.
to Lady Wagner, telling her of our success, where they can probably meet the wine and fulfill our end of the bargain.
can we not send a raven?
I'm hoping to do so, yes. Because they can be there quickly. But I will hand it off to you so you can read, so it's not a mystery of what I've said to her.
Oh,
And we will go on from there.
okay. Do I read it out loud or was it?
No, go ahead.
It's just for you.
It's just for you.
But everyone will get a chance to see it.
Yes. Okay, I'll go ahead.
So, we're doing the druids next, yes? Going up to that little hill and cleansing them out of there.
That's a good one. It's perfect. Straight to the point. Lovely.
He'll laugh at that a little bit.
You would remember Morgathi. One detail, Randy, that you might not have heard is there was some talk from the Mardikovs about taking the barrels that were already loaded on the cart, and since the horses actually did survive, once they recovered just a bit, they're probably going to reattach and then take that
Oh,
to
nice. Okay.
take that to
within the day?
Lucky. A day or so, yeah.
Can I like just take a peek outside and try to get some, just not even go anywhere, just like step right out, open the door and like get some fresh air and just like look around for a second and see if anything's,
Do you want to go downstairs?
oh, because we're upstairs.
You're upstairs.
Yeah, inside and upstairs.
You could open the window.
Well, I'd rather open the window, yeah.
Yeah, so you open the shutters and kind of look around. You actually, okay. So you're looking out.
Oh, don't do the Edward stance. I'm gonna sit down with that.
My hair's not right for it this time.
So even though you're looking east, you somehow feel like there's an almost dreamlike quality as the shutter finishes opening and it starts to expand out. As you look into the curtain of fog, you see a white fortress on a hill above a great city. The city appears quite distant, maybe a mile away. The fog obscures all detail, but you can hear what sounds like the echo of a church bell. And then you blink, and the shutter is back to being a shutter, and you're looking out into an actually peaceful approach to the winery. But you saw the city this distant city in the fog for just a moment.
And I still can't sense Gaia right now from the moon at all.
The moon, no, but remember, this land, there is a piece of her that has been restored to the immediate area. Make an insight check.
Oh boy, it's hot over here. I don't think I like this thing.
I mean, there's a reason you
Fuck
didn't
this
get
thing. Okay, so 3 plus whatever that you said it was.
insight.
Insight.
Good roll for you.
4.
I'm suspecting it's the tower.
Tower's
It's the freaking tower.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 7.
There was
Wow.
some presence, like it's very with the set. Obviously, it's gonna be really vague. There was like some presence off to your right, but you really don't have any more detail on it. You don't even know like what kind of if it was good or bad or whatever. But like as you were having that moment of viewing, you know that you were not alone. You were with one other person.
All right, great. What I'm gonna do, because I don't know what it is,
Yep.
I'm gonna immediately shut it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna,
You see her almost like startled
Yeah.
and shut a little too.
and I'm not gonna turn towards him because I don't necessarily want to take my eyes away from the shutter for whatever reason. But I'm gonna whisper to him, "There's not."
Garo, one of your eyes just pokes open to make sure nothing crazy is happening, and then you go back to sleep. Like, okay, Elf's being weird at the shutter. Great.
Nearby, is there?
I do not believe so.
I'm gonna
Well, take a look at the map. The map is old, so it probably has every landmark that they have on it.
unless it's new, I guess.
What did you see as I go back out to the shutters and look out?
It looks like a peaceful,
Yeah.
like an oddly, for once not sinister fog, but like a peaceful, almost sleepy little
Can you describe it in detail?
situation.
As I start pulling up the illusion and just sort of building it up. 'Cause we have a little
Yeah,
time
I
with each
start.
You try to relay that, but the fog was really obscuring.
Okay.
It was obscuring most of it.
Yeah, I just, it's hard to explain, but I just know I heard some sort of bell, and it feels like a church bell.
I'm going to give you, I know this may seem like an odd roll, Kenzie, but make a survival check, because there's one detail your mind might pull out of that.
All right, we're not using the tower.
You get that one? You get that one?
Yes!
Okay.
+7 though, so 8.
You feel a shudder run through your body, and whatever it is that your subconscious is trying to tell you just gets lost in the anxiety.
What's happening? I gotta.
Yeah, you gotta cleanse.
Taking my shirt off.
You gotta cleanse the dice.
I need some
We gotta
sage.
start over. We gotta start over.
I need sage.
Okay.
Very well. Keep the thought on. Meditate on it next time we try. And maybe we'll come
Let it
back
out.
to you.
Let it out.
I find that allowing my mind to wander down paths often helps. And perhaps it might with you as well.
All right. Now I'll just go back to
Okay.
garden. Yeah.
Durgan, what's your passive perception now?
I believe.
Just a 15, or do you have proficiency in
I
perception? Yeah.
don't actually. So, yeah.
Okay, so it's 15. Okay.
If I can fix that one day, I will.
So you are, you're a sound sleeper, and your body knows that you and Farron are at the end. So you basically just take this as you just have like a good solid 6 hours of sleep, which with your dormant constitution and then taking it easy before or after is more than enough. And you, depending on the night, like actually tonight you could probably get 8, but you're vaguely aware that there's some hubbub at the shutters. But much like Gira, you just confirm, okay, there's no violence imminent, so I'll go back to sleep. And so when you and Farron wake up through long synchronicity with one another, actually the longest of any of these characters here, you wake up within just a few minutes of each other. It's an adventuring thing. Make an insight check. Make a deception roll.
No.
Wow.
Oh.
So that one.
Oh.
Okay,
But I do have a +8.
you do. And this one is always relative. Yeah, even on
A total of 18.
18. Okay.
Shit.
Too sleepy to deceive you.
Yeah, no, that's what I was. That's what I was checking for in that moment. Because as soon as you're fully awake, the mask is going to be on, and you're going to be in motion.
It's your chance.
But you
Seize it.
As you wake up, the thing is, it's nothing that she says or does. It's more what she doesn't do, because you have just a very well established kind of unspoken ritual that goes on as you wake up. And she seems lethargic. Like, she's awake. You can feel when she wakes. She wakes like a minute after you. But she doesn't start moving. She doesn't do any of the things to pull the energy in, to clear, to make sure that she's functional, ready for battle, all of these things.
Oh, so that's different then. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's small stuff. It's not like some grand meditation. It's just kind of limbering the wrists, a moment of concentration, clearing the mind, connecting, like breathing in. There'd be like certain breathing exercises to breathe in, to feel the mana around you in the area, especially in Barovia, because it always has a different twist to it. And because there's a part of you that knows that one bad slip in the chaos magic could literally blow up in your face. It's incumbent upon you to keep on top of that. And she's just kind of apathetic this morning.
She's wrapping herself up in her blanket.
And as the minutes tick on, you're like, well, maybe she's just a little tired after
Right.
Right? But then it ticks on and you're like, okay.
What do you think? You might want something to eat soon.
I always want something to eat. I don't understand why you feel the need to greet a dawn that is not there.
Well, the dawn is always there, Farron.
Dawn implies like a sunrise. I don't know if you knew that.
It's a metaphor.
Everything's a metaphor with you.
I know. Oh, well, it's about beginnings, new beginnings. And that's why it's not so much about the sunrise as it is about the new day. For getting up, for waking. The possibilities are wide open. It's a beautiful moment of the day. It's quiet, contemplative, and truly just open for possibilities for good things to happen.
Sometimes I feel like I change my approach, change my attitude, and every day still looks the fucking same.
Well, maybe the thing that has to change isn't the day, but yourself. Hence the point. It's about new beginnings.
I'm trying, Durgan. Does it not seem like I'm trying? I've been as nice as I know how to be. I'm doing everything I can, I swear.
I know, Farron. And I'm not trying to be preachy to you. I just... These are my thoughts and my beliefs. And I think that if and when you're ready, if you want to, I don't know, embrace something new, I'll be here to support you. Maybe the day will look different when you wake on the follow.
Well, what does it feel like when you feel a dawn instead of see it?
That's a good question. It's like looking at the same thing, but seeing something you didn't see before. It's like, I suppose, it's a bit like you're, I don't know, experiencing maybe joy. It's different for every person, but I'd say for me, I'm always looking for something I didn't know the day before. It's about the lack of growth, the lack of change that makes one feel like they're just slowly dying inside. It's ironic for as chaotic as what your magics are, and well, I know at least a fair bit about your background. you've got a lot of things to pick from. Maybe it's more about choosing what you want as opposed to having the options.
I never really had a lot of choices. There was 2 paths, and one of them was supposed to choose me, and then it didn't. But I don't know, I've just always related to the moons more than the sun. They're cold and kind of distant. You don't feel them like you feel sunlight touches you. Kind of wondering about the sun lately. Maybe I'm just missing it since it's not really here. But I guess at this point I would be willing to try something new just to see if I could finally get a different result, you know?
One thing is true about seeing the moons. It's always dark. But if you didn't have them, you wouldn't see at all. It is the light in the dark. As you can be, Farron. As I've seen you be. I know you've saved our friends up, well, yesterday. And they wouldn't be here without your help. None of us would be here without your help.
I don't want to see what happened to Finny happen to any of the rest of us.
I feel a fair amount of guilt about that myself. He was right there. I didn't save him.
Well, we're all a little stronger now, right, after yesterday?
You felt that too, then? Hey,
Seemed like it.
a new beginning for me, I suppose you could say. Lathander he's been whispering something in my ear for the last few hours, I'd say. Stronger now. And this place is on the mend. As is the people.
You think we can mend this place?
I absolutely think we can mend this place. You don't fight the wars and win in some big, grand battle. It's all the little things. The fight isn't the point. The fight just gets you to the point where you can actually do some good, do some healing, do some growing, make new choices and live a better life. Those that go through war, go through this hell, they know the costs and they know the price, but they also know the joy and the things that come with it don't come for free, right? But they know that it's important to build something better, something new. And I think that's the point for me. I don't relish the combat and the war, I don't, but I do relish seeing the change come from it. And I think we have done that here. These people are now in charge of this place again. And not those creatures, not those blights and the druids. It's been a good thing. And I know that it's not always wayfaring, but you've done good things, and you should be proud. I am proud of you.
Really?
Really.
Thanks for saying that.
Hey,
You're my favorite little thing.
I'm not so little, am I? I'm just sturdy.
No, give her a kiss.
And she does give you like a little hug.
Oh, he looks a little bit uncomfortable with the... Oh, okay. Yeah.
Don't worry, I won't burn you up.
Pat. Toward.
Actually, after the initial awkward moment, he actually does give her a real embrace.
Do you allow that? Okay, that's a first.
Oh my gosh.
Farron always does the side hug. Okay. How different his short, stocky dwarven body feels from the perfect Litham elves, high elves that you grew up around.
There wasn't a lot of hugging there anyway.
No, and I guess some humans too.
Our first hug.
Yeah. Yeah, the first full
No,
hug. Yeah.
no, we're gonna get canceled. No, you're not. I'm sorry. I can't say that. I'm sorry.
Toward the end of your watch, actually, by the middle of your watch, you're already hearing a couple of the Martikov stirring. Toward the end of your watch, there's a very soft at the door.
Okay, he'll look at Farron and then
I wake up to that, right?
move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're only like
Right.
You're only not even really asleep.
Move to the door and quietly
Okay.
open it.
You see the stooped form of Davy Martikov give you a little bow, and he says, "Apologies for disturbing you, Drogon Oakenshield. But after a spirited discussion with my daughter, she has brought me around to her way of thinking, and if you have the time, if, I don't know, perhaps your group is still sleeping, but there are a few additional things I should probably relay to you."
Hey, there's some still getting a little rest, but I'm sure we can meet very soon.
Very well, then. Just come in here. You can spot me over the railing. I'm going to be sifting through and seeing how much damage the Vats took during the battle.
Is there an immediate need? Should I rouse everyone?
No, it'll be first grade soon enough.
Hey. All right. Absolutely. We'll
Thank
find
you.
you first thing.
Thank you. So he shuffles off, and you notice when he's trying to be quiet, he's pretty quiet. He's still pretty quiet.
Okay.
So a bit more time passes. The normal rhythm of the group asserts itself. All of you chosen and even the non-chosen. Sasha stretches the little arms, and
Yeah, you better wake up early because I got to get to work on you first.
oh, and whether he knows it or not, in a very feline way, he stretches his back.
Yep, a few of you.
Yeah,
I was just doing that.
yeah.
Even though I'm not in cat form anymore.
There's this moment where the two of you do yoga asanas with each other.
Little cat cow.
Okay, so you start, and he says, "Good morning, Farron. Do the Martikovs? Do they know that I'm a boy?"
Hopefully not. That would be the goal here.
Okay.
Unless you... Do you want them to know? I think it's safer this way.
I think that you've gone to a great deal of trouble to make sure that it is one way, and I don't know. I think that something tells me that they would appreciate being tricked. They do seem very clever.
Hey, it's your face, kid.
Oh, yeah.
Just trying to do whatever I can to...
No, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I do feel pretty comfortable around them, but I guess I'll know I'm a boy soon enough because you're going to go.
Oh shit.
I really didn't think about that.
But if you're back in the same day, then that's fine.
And if we're not, at least just try to lay low a little bit. Don't go flaunting yourself around too much before we get back.
I never flaunt.
I don't want to have to be explaining myself, but if it came to that, they would probably understand why we've kept up the ruse.
I think so. Especially, do I have permission to tell them about Isaac? About the sheriff and why we started all of this?
I think that's more of a question for your brother. I don't want to speak for the group.
He looks over. Okay, he's going to be up soon. I'll ask him. And he leans over and whispers in your ear, Artexia. Dexy, you are a much better person to sleep with next to Ismark, because sometimes he snores.
Can he hear it? Is Ismark up right now? Can you hear that?
He's starting to wake up, so maybe. And it's confirmed with the sleepy. I do not.
I'm gonna whisper to him and be like, I heard him last night. Like,
Darling, we all
Small
heard.
room.
yeah.
Okay. So a little bit. A little bit of time passes. You splash some water on your face, get your clean off your gear, and you rapidly. I assume Durgan, you just kind of pass word that Davian would like to speak with you at your earliest convenience. So you go through, you get ready for the day.
I'll do hers after I'm done with Sasha as well.
Once
Sasha takes longer. Artexia, you have just down cold.
See if you agree.
And you've leaned into her being just like a small delicate woman, instead of really trying to hide that, you know.
Wait, before you do that, Artexia, may I take a look at your...
It hasn't been feeling too great recently. We haven't seen Rictavio in a while. Elena and
So as you touch in, and you woke up and your face feels scratchy right now.
yeah.
And it's starting to, you see she's scratched at it. Her skin is irritated. And unfortunately, it looks like the hagification process has begun again.
We don't have a cream for that.
I might be able to do something about that, but I need to think on it.
Well, he's like in my face looking, is there a church around here that you've heard about or anything?
Church?
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
I'll just leave it at that.
Since it's dawn, I'm gonna give you that survival roll one more time. And if you miss this one, it's gonna be a while.
So don't listen.
What?
I'm really feeling it this time. I'm not gonna rush it.
I'm not gonna do the tower.
No, tower.
The tower
This one
is
again, this one again,
retired.
that one a second ago. Please. 17 plus
there we go.
7. So
We're back. The tower three. The tower
Fuck the
just threw you off.
tower.
We're done with
The tower just threw you off.
Done with it.
Mother good.
Okay. Now that you've had a full night's rest and you're not feeling so anxious, you know how you have a rough idea of how the mist. So first off, you would have been looking at a patch of mist that lets you see an unusual distance.
Yeah.
Especially given how thick it was, because when you hit that mist wall, like it's pea soup fog. Like that's it. You can't see through it.
So it literally allowed me to see it, whatever it was.
So it allowed
something-
you. That's a very good way to think of it. So it did. It allowed you to see it, and from the way you were standing, and how the valley is shaped, it's much more likely, even though you were physically looking out east, that the vision, because that's what it is now. The vision had you looking west, out that direction.
Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye whenever we step outside. I'm gonna try and just triangulate which direction I was looking. Yeah.
Okay.
When I wanted to assess her, I wanted to see just how significant that seems to be.
Right now,
he is starting to think that maybe one of the things that he's felt empowered to do is maybe stop that, but it's going to require that it's probably some of the strongest magics he's ever wielded to make it work.
there might be ways that can delay it, but you don't think you have the means right now. The problem is you can do potentially like something akin to what Rictavio did, but there's no way, if the hag is like actively on her, like riding her, you don't really have an answer for that right now.
Excuse me? Is she riding me?
The hag.
Like, is this like a Shudder movie situation where she's sitting on my shoulders and
So-
she's actually fucking
The hag
with me the whole time?
right now, you don't like, your skin is just irritated, but you don't feel like drained the way that you did after that horrible so she hasn't been able to kick it off again, but you have a bad feeling that it might be exactly that. like,
Great.
because there have been moments, you know, the hag has been obsessing on you because you can feel her thinking about you.
Yeah.
Huh.
And wanting to interact with you.
Well,
Is there any way that I can see into it the weaves that went into the actual formation of the attack on her, and maybe unraveling it from just loosening the weave a little bit, maybe not completely dispelling it, but just pulling out this thread or that one?
Because it's already inside of her, you don't think so.
And my second question is, do you think with the new spell that I just got that I'll unveil later, that's great, right? That would not be able to permeate that area?
Make a Arcana check.
Ooh. That's pretty good. 21.
So the most, so you're having to like chuck a lot of your dimensional theory that would work in High Terra, because her wisdom, the matriarch, the demigoddess matriarch of your people, can freely travel between dimensions if she so chooses. And there are some of the most powerful of the Shining Host, which are like her elite force. Think of them as almost like archangels that are able to do. They actually can travel. Like the Lord Commander of the Shining Host can travel under his own power as well. But you're having to like basically chuck all of that out of your head and think about only Barovia. And you're running through, and you think the most likely scenario is that the hag is that Barovia as a pocket dimension, as a demiplane, still has some sort of very limited extraplanar travel. I know this is getting like complicated, but this is how your character would be thinking of it. And you're thinking it's possible a hag was just like grossly invisible, like that maybe. But you think between everybody in the room that there's just no way that the hag could have gotten up on her just conventionally sneaking up. Because remember, the first attack was in Madame Ava's camp.
Right.
And so you doubt that. You think the most likely play is that the hag is somehow getting into the near ethereal. And so she's kind of shifted out of phase, but still kind of in Barovia, because obviously she can't, like, nothing.
Understood.
Nothing can escape Barovia. Well, I'm making sure the audience knows. Right. Nothing can escape Barovia. So, when it comes to attacking Artexia, she's probably just like that was off camera, but your earlier thinking sticking your hand out, like she's kind of doing that. She's putting in just enough of herself into the physical world that she can actually touch and infect Artexia, but then keeping 99% of her in the near ethereal, if that makes sense.
But even that 1% would be stopped by
which is a lot of skill.
Right.
But would it be stopped by the thing?
Would it be stopped by the magical barrier?
Yeah.
Because she still has to have a physical, at least a percentage physical?
Think so. The thing that you, even with the 21, you're just not sure of how the physics work here. If whether or not she can go purely ethereal, get into the barrier, and then do her little trick of letting 1% of her go physical.
Got it. Okay. Well, we'll test it. It'll be tested.
I have a question real quick on, because I was reading some of these spell slot things. Some of them say, like this one says, if I use it as a second level spell or higher, that it increases the damage by 1d8 for each slot level. Does that mean I get an extra d8 dice to roll whenever I roll? That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's
called third level.
That's called upcasting.
Right. Yeah.
That's called upcasting. You probably heard that term before, and that's basically when, like, if it's a second level spell and you're using one of your new third level spell slots, you can upcast the spell to a third level spell and like overpower it.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is really nice for some for some spells. Like in your case, Moonbeam is a great one because that does radiant damage, which is at a premium in Curse of Strahd.
We can use that.
Okay, so the group pulls itself together, and Morgathi, there are a couple other experiments that you can try if you get a chance to sit around for a day or two, where you can basically play with the limits of that, and see how exactly how you know how the near ethereal works in High Terra. You think you understand how it works here, but you need to test it.
All right. And I'm still going to continue to attune myself to the land and
As much as you can.
I can be, right, yeah.
I mean, that's more like a
long-term goal.
That's more like a long-term goal. Okay, so once the group is ready.
Do you say any of this out
yeah.
loud?
Oh, yeah.
You can just say you faithfully recount it. Or
I have an idea. It requires us to rest for the evening, but I will let you know on the morrow whether or not I can stop it in a short-term sense.
I think I can do something similar to what Recovery did,
Well, then please do so.
but that's not going to be forever.
Short-term is fine until we can find her and kill her.
I'll take what I can get.
Should I coordinate with whatever it is you got in mind?
Mine is a location, a
Right.
place that we will be in. Yours is much more spiritual and probably has a higher potential chance of success.
Okay.
I can't call on Rictavio, right? We already talked about that.
Yep. I mean, you think about them, but
Chop chop, people. Davian's waiting. Let's go.
And don't forget, we can also mend some of the vats if they need it.
We worked on that yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Whenever he wasn't here, we sat there and we fixed what we could.
worked around and cleaned up.
yeah,
Yeah, we did some cleaning.
there's always more to do. But yeah,
I left a whole bunch of food, but it's bad after 24 hours. So, but it hasn't been.
it's still
24
good. Yeah, it's still good right now. It's still good right now. And
Breakfast.
by Barovian standards, even though it's bland by High Terran standards, it's delicious.
That's right.
It's funny to me that the description specifically says bland.
It's funny. Not gonna make it
Like,
good.
But
You
it's
can
a
have
funny
food, but
detail
it's
to
not
me.
gonna be.
Yeah.
In this setting,
It's
it
like land
absolutely
times
is.
2. Or something good. Crazy.
It's Barovia, so it's extra play.
Yeah, right. Right. And Durgan, we should send that, yes?
Hey,
We should let them know.
Did everybody get a chance to read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like how you already included that we should be getting a meal out of the deal.
Of course, we have to go talk to her about the hen guy.
Two
At the
birds,
very
one
least.
stone.
Yes.
Hey,
And it's a little bit more than a meal out of the deal by the time we are done.
no, I think this is probably a good thing to do. Hey,
So the question is, let's go speak with Davern. Because this is going to be directly, and then pass that on.
No, I haven't yet.
Before we leave, I do want to talk to that pregnant woman, just so y'all know. All right.
We're not going yet.
All right.
Okay, so you see some of the members of the Mardukov family continuing the cleanup. You did make good progress yesterday, and out of the 4 vats, only one of them really got compromised. The one that old girl died in, it got splattered in.
Yeah,
so
that might need some cleaning.
that's
wanna
going to be a
rebuild that
deep.
anyway.
That's going to be a. That's going to
deep
be a deep clean and a process. The other 3, though, especially with y'all's magical help and their expertise, they've managed to more or less restore
Wow.
to working order. You know, because I mean, yeah, it was a decisive victory in basically all levels. So as soon as he hears you stirring, the old man's head turns up and he looks at his daughter, and she gives him like a deep nod, and then whoever is out first in the room, she'll give like a small smile and a wave to. And then Farron, since you were saying chop chop, I'm going to say it was you. It's the first person out of the room.
Oh, I'm looking around for Adrian.
Adrian is not in the immediate vicinity, and your gut tells you that they probably have him doing scouting right now, because he's the most mobile of them. So Davian Mardukov shuffles to the ladder, looks at the ladder, and then he bypasses the ladder. And he goes into the barrel room, into this barrel room, finds the stairway, and then goes up the stairway instead.
Like, no, let's go the safer route.
No, he's fine. Yeah, he's not desperate to get up there.
You know, there was stairs right there, huh?
And then, yeah, they're tucked away.
Yeah, I see that.
You see them now?
Yeah.
Tucked away. So he meets you up on the intact landing, looks around, and then basically motions for you all to go back into room when he doesn't really see a better spot. So he trundles in.
In the room we were sleeping in?
Yeah, the room you're sleeping in.
I opened the window.
Okay.
I'm hoping Adrian will
We'll pop in.
swoop in.
Yeah. Nope. Sorry.
She sits right in front of it.
Yeah.
Her shoulder's just a little up.
A little. Aww. Davian finds the nearest stool and plops himself down. I think those stairs are getting tighter and tighter. It's just awful how they keep growing. They keep growing in tightness, and the riser on them is just crazy now. You know, who knew that stone was so volatile?
It surely can't be your own weight. You want to play in that?
Of course not, my dear. Of course not. It has nothing to do with that. Well, I suppose it's... Have you heard yet of the Keepers of the Feather?
No.
Yeah, take a glance at everyone.
Have I?
Have I?
If not...
Nope.
Well, you are looking at the head raven. And that...
Kira immediately does like a nod of respect to whatever that
he,
is.
he grins. He kind of perks up and grins, and one of the little silver doodads that he snatched in his younger days gleams. Ding! And he says, "Well, aside from operating the winery for the good of the valley, we've also been in the business of collecting and coordinating information." He's looking around against, let's call it management. And we have been in touch with, well, that fool, the Mad Mage, thought that he was above aid, and so he blew us off and never had any meetings with us, even when I tried to approach him. He felt that the entire idea of scouting and reconnaissance was beneath him.
That was foolish.
Well, you know, I suppose when you're powerful enough to flatten pretty much everything, you forget that there are always situations that no matter how mighty you are, you can get in over your head. And so I think he had a legitimate chance of taking Strahd out, but he squandered it, and now we all suffer. That was only a year ago. And from what I understand, if I'm hearing this correctly, Strahd is back.
Just saw him like a day ago.
We weren't even aware that he had gone away.
Well, he does this sometimes. He goes into some of the scholarly word for it is torpor, but essentially it's more just, I don't know, a lethargy, a listlessness takes over him. And I have a feeling that, but for your group coming here, this would have been a longer one. There've been entire decades he's essentially holed up in Ravenloft and doesn't come out. And his brides are still somewhat active.
Is there ever any certain events that happen that simply shows up soon after?
Good question.
That is a good question. Well, when notable outsiders, when chosen outsiders come, he'll always appear sooner or later. In your case, it was quick. But through those long periods of torpor, I suppose I don't know if you would call her his lieutenant or his secretary or whatever, but Ludmilla will come out. Have you run into her?
Yep.
Isn't that the bride we just killed?
No, we didn't kill her.
That was Lady Karolova.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think it's that name.
If the reports are correct.
Have you guys heard about that happening yet? or-
Ludmilla was the one who
Really?
greeted us after the death house?
He smiles kind of proud of himself.
I think so.
We have
Eyes and ears everywhere.
a network,
Aye.
and we have means of delivering and receiving information. I don't think perhaps even Strahd understands just how deeply we've infiltrated the valley. If he understood the full context of us, the full breadth of our organization, I can't imagine he would allow us to continue unmolested.
So he does know about it.
He
Just underestimates it.
He understands that they're were-ravens, yes, and he understands that we're meddlesome, but he doesn't see us as really of much consequence. We don't have magical abilities, we're not mighty warriors, but what we are is numerous in terms of our cousins, and in a way we can communicate with them and be across this valley in, a few hours? So it's not to be underestimated. The group before I worked much more closely with. Have you run into the one that was here 12 years ago? Escher's.
I heard they didn't make it.
They're
still here?
They were excellent, but they were ground down, and I don't want to fill you with false hope. I do have a point to all this than just talking about rehashing old history, but I want to make sure any armed resistance to the Dark Lord to the Dread Lord is just enormously difficult for all of the normal reasons about dealing with a vampire, but specifically for two. He controls the weather, including the mighty lightning, and of course, he controls the mists. And he can fry you from a distance, or he can strangle you without ever having to lift a claw. And we don't have answers to that.
Have you ever tried to pretend to be nice to get close?
Some of us have. Perhaps as we have this conversation, one of us has succeeded. But I won't go into all of that. There are sacrifices that Mardikovs and those related to us can make, ways of giving up gifts that make us, after that sacrifice, make us nigh undetectable even to Strahd. And so the term, I suppose, would be deep cover. Having said all of this, I was going to wait, but my daughter said that you'd earned the right for extreme candor, so here we are. The gems that I told you about, they're maybe the size of pine cones, and they give off a green light, about a torch's worth or so. I probably need to tell you about Berez, because I think that in all likelihood that's where the original one wound up, the one that my son foolishly took from here. Perhaps he meant to bring it back, I don't know. But
I don't think he has it anymore.
I would be surprised.
He used it for selling.
I think probably he was stupid and got duped. But my best guess, I would say it's actually a reasonable deduction, is that it is with the Grand Hag, with Baba Lysaga as her name.
Baba Lysaga.
Indeed. She is...
Who and where is she?
She is perhaps... she is perhaps the second most powerful creature in the valley. She is not to be trifled with.
Where?
And she is the absolute master of what used to be the village of Berez. How do I say?
Where's the map?
No, I need my map.
He glanced.
It's north.
Is that the one that we passed?
I think we saw a sign to it.
You
We didn't pass the town.
You did see a
Passed around
sign.
the town.
You did see a sign to it, and actually, faraway friends, we're gonna take a break. Take a break here, and I will switch the maps
That's
out,
smart.
and we will do that. So we will see you in just a bit.
time.
I'll be back. Bye.
Strahd.
Welcome to Constructed Chaos, a D&D live play channel where you get to control the game. Join us on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time for our in-person live stream that allows you to influence our adventures in major ways. From alternate plot points to rerolls to absolute chaos. And tune in on Mondays at 7 for our brand new Chat Plays D&D format where you get to roll the dice and pilot the characters themselves straight from the live stream chat. And between it all, there's tons of homebrew content and guides that we release every single month. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
I have the honor of being Artexia Silverfrond, of a lineage that stretches back some 40,000 years. Indeed, my line began with the immortal leader of the elven people, and they came to the world of Hytera. Her title is Her Wisdom. It's not really much to live up to, is it? Thankfully, my grandmother left the capital of Ice's End and sought to return to the ancient ways of the Great Mother, who some call Gaia. She felt the elves of the grand cities had drifted too far from our ancestors' ideals of living in harmony with nature and honoring the Great Mother in quiet daily ways. She was not alone in this. Without any design to do so, she became first a known figure, then a leader of the forest-dwelling community I would come of age within. I have always followed my own path, seeking balance in all things. Each in its season is the beating heart of the understanding of Gaia that I know. I now also know that I am chosen, blessed with power directly from the Great Mother, and it was revealed in the battle for our freaking lives. In this cursed land that is now our prison, that balance is not so easy to see. Here I have only my own blood to remind me of home. What is this terrible presence I sense on the edge of my intuition? Is it the Dreadlord from the letter we found? The Strahd von Sadovich? Or something greater still? Yet another mystery to be solved if we ever want to leave this dreaded place. To die here would be unthinkable, so far away from the mother's embrace. I will walk the forests of my birth once more, even if I must tear my way across the entirety of this alien domain. Lunara Invicta!
Welcome back, faraway friends, to more Strahd.
More Strahd! More Strahd! More Strahd! More Strahd!
Right. And we have the candle. We have the candle going. So
It's all canon.
Our breaks are always canon here.
David. Davian actually does start to kind of roll something out, and Sasha perks up. Actually, if you don't mind, I think we have a little something that will work, sir. Hmm? And he takes out the beautiful map that their grandsire made and unrolls it with, like, evident pride. You weren't sure, Gira, but at some point, Ismark stopped carrying it, and he gave it to Sasha to carry. It became Sasha's responsibility. So he's taking it seriously, and he finds little bits of odds and ends, some crockery to put on the side so it's not curling. And this is remarkable. Look, it was the work of my grandsire, of Ismark and it's okay, you can say it. Ismark the Traveler. And Ismark looks at you. I know how you feel about the family name, even if it was in jest.
She just didn't like the whole lesser part.
No, that's it. Yeah. And so he starts. He takes a. There's a moment where you actually could kind of see some of the were-raven creeping out, where the finger looks particularly long and bony, and the fingernail is a little longer than it should be, more like a talon. So just kind of for the audience, he says, this is really something. This is really, really nice. I was all going to use bits and bobs and buttons and sewing thread, but we're here now at the winery, and your objective is Yester Hill. Does that mean that your grandsire made it to Yester Hill? Huh. And
Wow.
he says, the hag seat of power, though, is in Old Berez. And it was, by tale and by the best that we can understand, there was a great offense given to the Dreadlord by that village. And in return, he made the waters of the river rise and drown them all, destroying it. Now there are megaliths that are nearby, just on the other side of the river, great stone slabs of power. Even we don't know exactly who erected them or to what purpose, but I suspect that some of your magic users will be able to feel into that if you're so inclined. It certainly has the hag's attention. And she, of course, is the mistress, what would the word be? Generatrix of all of the scarecrows. They originate there. She has her fell magics allow her to make essentially as many as she pleases. But she doesn't normally directly interfere with the affairs of, say, the winery, let alone Vallaki or any of the other towns around. And very few were bold or stupid enough to go into her domain willingly. But that, I can say with some degree of certainty, is where the last of these gems are, and perhaps other items of power that she's accrued.
Is she at odds with Strahd?
No, quite the contrary. But I'm going to venture, this is somewhat speculation on my part, so take it with a grain of salt. But from what I can tell, she is allied with Strahd, but Strahd is not allied with her, if that makes sense.
Aye.
He seems utterly indifferent to her in the few accounts we have of them. I've never seen them, of course, I've never seen them like in the same room together or something, but he doesn't seem at all interested.
She's a groupie of Strahd?
I had never thought of it quite that way.
Would they know? Would that be like a thing?
He could think of it as like a traveling troupe or something in the hangers-on. Huh. That might be the case.
That is hilarious.
So, that is the situation.
That might be a pressure point to play.
If you do travel there, be aware that she has formidable magics, and specifically her ability with illusion and deception is unfortunately outstanding. So do not immediately trust what you're seeing or hearing there, or it will
We have heard of these scarecrows of hers, but we have not encountered them yet.
Were they not here
Really?
outside of this place?
No, just the blights.
Well, they helped attack
Yeah.
the initial attack, but they left.
Oh.
I think Morgathi, I think you summed it up correctly. The hag, they cut a deal with the hag somehow, and
Do you think they could have separated out the stones, one for the hag, one for them?
yes, that's entirely possible.
And for something that valuable, she might be willing to be coaxed out for a bit.
Yes, that's, in fact, I would say that's probably more likely than not.
So potentially one of these stones could be in Yester Hill.
Almost certainly. Now that I've seen what they were doing downstairs, they're particularly in the basement, but even the vats up here, I'm almost certain that they're going to try something even grander over there. What that could be, well, can you imagine I believe the correct name is the tree blight. That's, 50 feet tall. And it would just be monstrous. They're probably going to make that very soon.
That would be fun to chop down.
Ismark gives you a look and then kind of like, okay.
These stones, do they do something different? Or are they more or less all the same? Do they feed off of each other? Anything we should
They
know?
synergize with each other.
There's a slight synergy, but the strongest one of them, maybe that's not fair. The one that produced the highest grade of wine was the one that was stolen many years ago. And then these other two were the mid-grade and then the passable grade. But I was going to say the most powerful, but I've also noticed that the passable grade is the most robust. It would always come through for us every year in and year out, no matter what. Fog, attack, weather, natural disease in the vineyard, all these things.
Not as strong, but more resilient.
Or different properties.
Different properties, yes. Yes.
Would it be a thing? Because I know that Strahd controls everything here as far as environment goes. Do you think that he purposely took away the best one and is allowing this little bit because he wants to see his little game go on?
I don't think he cares.
I don't know that Strahd actually has his hand in this one.
I actually agree with Durgan. I don't believe he even cares remotely what the lessers of his land drank or do not drink.
But it's one of the only things that empowers the people. You don't think that...
What are they supposed to be doing empowered? What threat to him are they?
Well, I'll say this much. The druids, as I've said before, the druids worship him as a god. And even if Strahd didn't give the word, I'm sure they think he gave the word. They wouldn't do something this big, this massive, without some sort of sign, even if it's just something they've deluded themselves into believing.
Did anything special happen within the last fortnight?
You were right. He's involved.
Well,
He's always
maybe
involved.
more to your point.
the idea of
More
him,
groovy, even more groupies, eh?
well,
A lot of those.
your arrival, for one.
But this predated our arrival, correct?
No, it was probably just about
Right as we got here. it
Wow.
maybe slightly before. But we're talking like a day or two. The other thing is, I would have brushed this off as not consequential, but there have been a slight but continuous increase of activity in Lady Ludmilla. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Look it up in a second when we're doing some dialogue. He would know her last name. It escapes me off the top of my head.
Stinky butt.
So, Elizabeth, I think, but, that Lady Ludmilla seems to have been more active of late. Maybe she was softening the ground for her lord, or maybe of all the brides, she's probably the most independent and is certainly the most intelligent. She's a strong, a powerful mage in her own right. So sometimes she has her little side projects or little.
I've heard her referred to as his lieutenant.
Yes. I think that's fair, Gira. So there might be something. This might be related to all of this going on. It's not even out of the realm of possibility that it's her who decided to stir up the druids for whatever reason. As you say, Strahd doesn't really. He accepts their worship as his due. That's about as far as I've seen it go. But who knows? Maybe something has changed. Maybe he's angry at the Mad Mage's little rebellion, his attempted coup, his failed resistance, and maybe that's lit a fire, unfortunately, for the rest of us. That's all unknown.
So when we do travel to Yesterhill, you believe we're really only looking for one gem there?
I think that's the most likely scenario, yes. There have been others, not for a long time, of course, but it goes without saying the druids are dangerous, and I believe I already mentioned the berserkers that sometimes accompany them. So, I would be astonished if there weren't more blights there as well, a healthy amount of them, although you folks seem to have found exactly how to counter them, so I'm not too worried about that part.
Seems like luck plays into a lot of things around here too, so we're gonna have to hope we're lucky again.
Luck is always a factor. If you move swiftly and decisively, though, this is why I'm coming to you so early, because this is the time of day where it's the least dangerous. The nocturnal creatures have already retired before first gray, and there are still dangers during the day, but those don't typically get in motion until high gray and later in the day. So this is probably the safest window to travel through.
And you still plan to travel with us?
Well, there was some discussion about that, and I think I was just going to ask you candidly, as frankly the experts on this. It's your time, and you're the people who are in the field. I am more than willing and still capable, I think, to go with you. Or you can ask my grandson Adrian. He's young, but I think he's proven himself now.
He did well leading us on our way down here.
But leading isn't everything that could possibly happen there. It's a little bit more dangerous, and it didn't seem like he had much effectiveness on any of the people that was there other than, like, distraction.
Well, I don't think that's entirely fair, but...
Yeah.
Well,
besides...
He was very useful here. He would be very useful as a scout.
Aye.
But he did place himself in dangerous situations that was
As
not
if we aren't all going to do that.
But he is not chosen
Right.
the way we are. He does not have the natural defenses and resistances to things that we will be dealing with, nor the health to withstand some of the higher grade stuff.
No offense, but
Neither
neither
does
does
he.
Davian.
And I was about to say they both stay. You have the vineyard to reclaim, renew, and revitalize. You have things to do.
We could have eyes in the air. There's no reason for us to
I
leave that
agree.
resource behind.
I agree, but just understand that there are higher grade dangers here than what we faced in this place.
I'm fully aware of that.
So okay, so then what about a compromise? What if they come, but he stays up in the trees? He stays up. Either way, if he comes and lands, he only lands in higher ground where things are not going to grab him.
You could act only as a scout.
Yes.
We'll definitely need such a thing.
Yes.
But,
Be a massive asset.
If he could
It's a
restrain
numbers
himself, that would be helpful.
Yes.
but it's a numbers game too. I mean, we're going to need as many people on our side at the end of the day fighting whatever we're facing. If he could be helping us, he could be helping us.
I think Adrian should come if he wants.
Oh, he very much
I
does.
turn around and look out the window again, trying to see if I can catch him. In the
He does.
I have him. He notices that this time, and he says, I asked him to thoroughly vet the vineyard and make sure we don't have straggling blights. So he may be, but I mean, I can call for him and he'll come. But that's where he's at right now.
But Durgan, if he does come, I suggest you bestow upon him some aid to keep him a bit healthy and healer as we go along. It lasts for a certain amount of time, so you should be all right.
Like bless him?
Similar. It's more of an enhancement as opposed to a blessing.
See what I can do. I would say, if anything, that this group is debated often over this very subject. That personal autonomy and choice is key to that decision.
Right.
So, let's put the question back on you.
Agreed.
What is it you want to do? This is your future as much as it is ours.
Well, that's the thing. If I was left to my own devices, I would come with you as the most experienced field operative of the keepers. But
You make a call with someone who might be able to act in your stead that you trust.
Well, there are only 3 of us with the Night Mother's gift, and you're going to need one of the 3 of us. And actually, honestly, if she weren't with child, I would say Stefania should go. She's strong, whip smart.
Speaking of which, is she in here right now?
No, it's just the old man. He says strong, whip smart, and very, very quick to react when danger comes. But it's possible.
There's other priorities.
It's possible to shift. It is possible to shift when with child, but
It seems like an unnecessary risk.
it's tricky. It's potentially dangerous.
And if she does get hit up in the air or something, it could potentially damage the child.
We'll just roll that out. We're not
Yes.
going to endanger her or her child.
I honestly feel safer with... not Finny. Oh my god. Sasha staying here with her. She was actually probably the main reason that I felt so safe.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to keep. Be more than happy to keep her here with us.
There's nothing better than a maternal instinct whenever it comes to protecting others. So
I agree.
Well, I don't wish to insult you by speaking about you as if you weren't here, but
I am long past such frippery, my dear.
we have the option to have somebody with
We'll need
the age but the wisdom.
I will accept whatever help we can get. Eyes and ears are what we're really going to need. One more hand in the middle of the fight is probably not going to make a turn, but certainly having the information above us is going to make the difference, I would think, between success and not. Or certainly make it a lot more likely.
But which?
We had the advantage in this fight because you gave us vital information.
I would say either.
Any information you can give us,
You're more...
wisdom can impart on us now.
That's what I'm saying. I would.
Then I need to go.
I would defer to your decisions around this, one or both of you.
But you are chosen, a chosen party, and you know your ways better than I do. Is it better that Adrian go with you with his speed and youth, or is it better that I go with you with my experience and discernment?
Well, no offense.
feel experience.
I'm not gonna be as light and as quick as these group over here, but as long as Adrian has proven himself to be capable, so I'm okay with either.
You'll need to set out soon.
Okay.
Lord Davian has said he would like to be the one, so let's allow him. And Adrian can remain here as they will still need somebody to scout this area like he's doing today.
How long do you think it will take for you to get the wine to the...
Thank you, Fern. That decision is made then.
How long do you think it will take for you to get the wine to the city?
We could... the horses were better off than I thought. We could probably get it. I don't see a reason we couldn't set out today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's more reasonable.
And then what, one day from that point?
It's a short trip, half a day.
Fair enough. Would you give Adrian a task for us to deliver a message to Lady Vokna?
Lady Vokna?
We're all in agreement here, yes?
Huh.
Aye.
Well, that's one I didn't see coming. And may I ask what business you have with that ancient and decaying line?
Well, she was one of the... Well, we were always planning on coming here. But she helped solidify those plans.
For her own methods and agenda.
Of course, but agreements were struck. We are here. This place has been cleaned up. What goes on there is hers.
And we're the direct beneficiaries of that. I would not gainsay it. I'm just saying, you were a teacher?
I was. I am.
Just so. What's your title?
Professor?
Seems fitting.
I'm not one on pomp and circumstance.
No, I understand, but it just... Be clear-eyed when you're dealing any of the Vokters. The husband wasn't a bad sort, but he's long gone, and his wife is complicated. She's probably also hip deep in a cult, if she wasn't the one who started it.
We have gathered something of the sort. Yes.
Oh, all right.
That will be investigated.
Without irony, I
We're not
commend you.
blindly aligned.
Your assessment is quite diplomatic.
So
We need to go soon.
Yes, we do.
all right.
But that could be a nice errand for him so that while we go off with you, he can stay here, drop it off, come back, do his thing.
Oh,
He's
so
good.
it's this then? He sees this. He sees the scroll. All right. He And with like quick, almost bird-like movements, like the bird getting it together. And once he has in his grasp, he looks very unlikely to relinquish it to anyone.
Okay, so right before we go, I want to squeeze by, see the woman real quick. I'm gonna bring in a little food that I was warming up while we were all talking because I had this in my mind the whole time, and I'm gonna bring it back to her if she's not awake. I'm gonna bring it and like squeeze, and I kind of just want to like wake her up for just half a second and just let her know that hey, I'm putting this trust in her to watch over basically not my child, but my child right now, and ultimately I want to ask her if she knows of any churches off in the distance nearby that possibly
so she's in the dining she's in that kind of like that family dining room, and she's cleaning up. You see she has some sort of ledger, and she's basically keeping account. I believe I was talking about this last session, but they're essentially trying to figure out exactly what got destroyed and what resources they still have left. So she's sitting there working through that as most of the family is downstairs cleaning up, and they're making some real headway down there now. They're probably within maybe 2 days they'll have all of the twig bodies out and the signs of battle scrubbed out and repaired. She looks up. You have that brief exchange with her, and she says, Artexia, yes?
Yes.
I don't know what to say. Thank you?
Sorry, I know that we haven't known each other long, and I don't want to maybe make your head a little big, but for some reason I feel that you are a trustworthy person when it comes to protecting those who are smaller and younger than you.
Well, birds of a feather. And
what she did there. She plucked it out of thin air.
She gives you a smile. Is there anything that I should know about this child? Anyone chasing her, or any danger, so that I can be a better protector? Hopefully you're only gone for not even the whole day, but we know how these things can go.
Strahd.
He's not someone you want to leave out in the open, is all I'm going to say. Please be careful.
Okay.
Now say, I said what I said.
I said what I said. No, tell me, do you know of a church?
Right. Come again? A church?
Well, I know obviously there's churches here.
Can you...
Possibly a white church that maybe has a bell that rings periodically so often?
Well, there's an extensive abbey in Kresk to the north of us. But I don't...
Anything to the west?
I don't remember any bells to the west. To the west is the mist. In fact, if memory serves, there's a section... When I was younger, I made a point. I traveled far and wide across the valley, like my father did in his prime, and just to get the lay of the land. I've been places that maybe was kind of stupid, but I took calculated risks, and I have seen Yesterhill with my own eyes before. There's a section of it that comes right up to the very edge of the mists, but it's different. Sometimes you've been to the edges, you've seen the mist,
yes,
and how it's basically an opaque wall.
Mm-hmm.
This is softer. I almost want to say more inviting, and you can see into it, but I also know from experience that if you go into that mist, it's poisonous. Although you don't get lost in it the same way, if that makes sense. It doesn't just automatically turn you around the way that the other thicker mist does. And she says, from time to time, for reasons unknown, and we assume, my father told me he would tell you about the Keepers, about us being in an alliance. Well, from...
We already know that?
The bird.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He told me the Keepers of the Feather.
It's also about an information network.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the first keepers noted that from time to time, and we're talking about an immortal here, so this could be decades, but from time to time, Strahd goes to that wall of mist and stares into it.
That specific spot.
Well, yes, to the wet. I don't know if actually I think it's technically still on the hill, like at the very beginning of the hill on the west side of it.
Okay.
So some people speculate that might be a way to get out. I know you know about mist dancers, the Vistani, and some of them who can shape the mist. They say that that's an easier point to mist dance through. And the druids usually won't attack them. That's not 100% guaranteed, but they say there are a few weak points. When you're back, if you want, either you or the rest of the group, I've collected actually several of these places where the veil is thinner, where the mists are thinner. It's easier for the mist dancers to get in.
I would love to pick your brain about that when we get back.
So this is one of those places, is what I'm saying.
Sounds good.
Is there any religious or magical?
Oh, she went by. I think you went by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But so is there any religious?
She says, "Do you, how did you know to ask that question, Artexia?"
I heard a little voice in my ear.
I'm debating on talent, and you know what? I do trust her. Last night I've seen while I was on watch, perhaps a vision, but I was looking out the window and through the mists. Didn't seem right. It didn't seem like it was supposed to be that far, or I shouldn't be able to see that far, but I saw pretty far. And it was a church, and I heard a bell. I don't know, could mean nothing, but typically I don't see things for no reason that aren't there. So.
You're very beautiful. You're
Trying
also.
to call me dumb. Sorry.
She smiles. You're also powerful. If he hasn't already, I would be surprised if Strahd didn't turn his eye to you.
He has. We actually met him.
That's what I was afraid of. Just be careful. I don't think I need to tell you how that usually ends.
Yeah, it's not my favorite spot to be in right now, but okay. I know we need to get going, so I just...
You do.
Do that.
If you want to play a dangerous game, and I only tell you this because I want you to know everything, if Von Zarevich is courting someone, he can be generous and even protective for a time.
It did cross my mind. Okay.
Night Mother, guide your steps. All right.
They go back to them.
Leave.
All right.
Group is all ready to go.
As we set out, may I make my HP roll?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, we're gonna want to know about that.
Okay, yeah, no, we do, because you were gone when we leveled, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
No, I got a 1 too.
Oh,
So I feel you.
I knew from the way you said it was going to be a 1.
While
I
Artexia
think it was like a
was
3.
talking to Stefania, I think
Yes.
I would explain to Davian about how my message works, that since he's going to be above us, he might hear my voice and I can check in with him about the status of things. I have just to explain it to
That's
him.
a good. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and as soon as you convey that, he kind of and he asks you a couple other questions about it. Basically, how often can you do it? What's the range?
I would actually ask him, are there certain points that I should check in with you? Because you're not going to be able to reach out to me. I have to initiate, and then you can respond. So
He
I
says,
have an idea if it should be every certain distance, or if there are landmarks where I should check in.
if I circle to you by dipping my left wing, then I want you to check in with me.
You are a clever old bird.
It's like I've done this before.
She'll have her eyes to the sky often, then kind of.
But Pop, I wanted to go. No, Adrian. In this case, they decided that experience was at a premium. But I proved myself. You did, and that's why you need to stay here and protect the others. There are now only 2 of us. There will only be 2 of us with the gift, and if your mother is in hand-to-hand combat, we are in a sorry state indeed. So, in fact, because now I think you obviously skipped a little bit of time. I believe you've learned your lesson that although blades cannot break your skin, that there are plenty of things in the valley that can harm you and even kill you. Yes, Pop. Good. Then, in that case,
Fire is plentiful.
I actually think once your patrol is finished, get the heaviest armor that you feel comfortable with. Have Dag help you if you need, and be armed and ready. This day is the most dangerous day. If there's going to be a counterassault, it will be today. The Chosen are leaving, and we have not yet had a chance to reestablish all of our lines of security. So, if they're smart, this would be the day I would hit us again to try to counterstrike and push us back out while we're not fully solidified. But, and he looks over to you, but as the battle mistress over there said, we probably still have the element of surprise, and a lot of this is hinging on that momentum.
This is true. And then she'll turn to Adrian. There are many times where you think you are the one behind, but you are the one now in charge of maintaining the fort.
He cocks his head. Okay, I kind of like that. You're going to be okay without me, right, Farron?
I won't feel half as cool, but...
Well, I mean, yeah. You're going to be okay, though, right? I mean, like, those druids are serious.
I'm pretty tough, and I got a lot of toughies with me.
Yeah, I bet you are. You are amazing. You weren't just tough. You were, when you went like whoosh, and then whoosh, and then whoosh.
That was
really good. That was really good.
Tavram.
Davian.
I'm sorry, Davian.
Wrong table.
I'm sorry. Davian. There might be a time while we are separated that things have gone horribly awry for us. I do not believe that will be the case.
It always could happen.
But if you see this, as I throw up a red raven in the air, I can only make it go up 30 feet. But if you see that in the air, turn tail and get back to your family.
That is smart.
If I see a blue one, I'll come in and fight the best that I can.
Understood.
If it comes to that.
If it comes to that.
I am well aware of what can hurt me and what can't. I'll be targeting things that won't be able to respond.
All right.
Raven.
Gira's also going to turn over or walk up to Sasha. Here is your homework. And then she's going to make him, give him some, pick a target.
Okay.
And set aside a safer spot that's not going to inside.
Inside.
the winery.
Okay.
I was literally about to tell him to paint.
practice.
Funny that she said that.
Yeah, she'll run through the form again and emphasize the form and be like, practice your form.
Okay. So, how to kill things and how to make beautiful things. Okay, I kind of like that contrast.
It suits you.
I think I can do it. You think so, Finny?
I do.
Okay.
No one's gonna be bored around here.
Tootsie, please be safe. And he throws himself on you and gives you a huge hug.
I'll give him a knuckle sandwich.
I think I like cat Artexia better.
Adrian, there's a letter there for Lady Voctor. Would you see it delivered?
Yeah. Pop, when should I go? He says. Is the letter is important?
It should be there before the wine arrives.
Before.
Well, he can't leave this place undefended. They should wait until we get back.
Yeah.
So if it leaves on the morrow, then that should be plenty of time. So in the morning, we should be back by then.
Hopefully.
At the very least, you will be back by then.
The two were ravens look at each other and kind of nod. And Adrian says, I'll go as soon as I see you. I'll go as soon as I see you coming back. That flight's short, actually. As the crow flies,
Oh.
I can I can make it. I can be there and back. Is it only into her hands, or can I give it to one of her staff?
I think her hands would be best.
I agree.
One of her staff would probably be okay, as long as he's not handing it to anybody at the gate.
I say, yeah, one of the
I would say we
inside
do
staff.
share a little bit
Yeah.
of like. Our group and the sheriff don't necessarily go along.
That'll be tricky. I'll see what I can do.
You might be able to land on the. You might be able to land on the Vokna gate. Drop it in front of the gate god,
Okay.
and then take off.
I'll figure it out. Yeah,
Efficient.
she's pretty paranoid.
She is.
She doesn't come outside very often.
That's why you give it to the gods, so they don't. So she
I
doesn't
don't think she will be having breakfast on her.
Every so often.
Many
Oh,
times.
you knew she had breakfast? Yeah, that's about the only time. Every so often she'd come out for breakfast on the.
It will be sometime before she does that.
That's not him laughing, obviously. Okay.
Farron pulled on her mage armor.
Major murder.
And Adrian just watches.
a little bit of sparkle around her again.
I heard you like shiny stuff.
I really do.
Do the thing.
just stars in his eyes.
Everybody put your hands in.
Time to go.
Ready? She's gonna do the thing. Ready? 4.
All right. Why are we doing this?
Alright. Morale's up.
All right, let's go.
We decided on this name? I don't remember deciding on this.
Nobody asked you, Kira, and I start walking.
So you set off shortly after First Gray, and you quickly make your way back up this little mini valley. I don't want to be confusing, so mini valley instead of the valley. About a half mile up, and then you hit the trail, and you set off the relatively short distance down here.
I'll do my mage armor as soon as we get up to the top of the of the hill. Then on our way.
What does your mage armor look like?
Green and black, swirling mist that sort of solidifies to a long coat.
Cool.
Ooh,
Armor.
damn.
As he was walking
Morgathi has some swag.
styling.
Of course.
He is tired of being.
Darling, of course. Okay, you're like, yes, this has to be something. So Farron, as you're moving, you're checking with yourself inside your own body, and you can feel the arcane energies have shifted, and your ability to become one with the mist has faded, and instead you have other abilities.
Share with the class.
And of course you think.
If I knew, I was sure.
And of course you think about Misty Step, and so you think about as you think about Misty Step. Although I guess technically that was before we began the session. When you think of Misty Step, of course you have the memory of being chased down by the Red Death in Valaki.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That you still have not shared with the other children.
Nope.
Okay.
It's been a little eventful.
I'm just walking.
We're just walking.
I did.
Dirk is getting more suspicious, right?
Replace it with the ability to maybe mess with some of our enemies, though.
Hey.
In attacking ways and defensive ways.
Right.
Nice.
Before you take off, everyone gather around just a bit. At least you, and 8 points to Ismark. And he's going to, it's much easier for all in contact just for a moment. If you would.
Chic.
Okay, and he,
All right, all doing this or
he
just
just utters
It's
the
all of
words,
us.
"Du could bubble grower," and he is going to put aid on Davian. Thank you. Yikes.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
On Farron and on Ismark.
So what does that give us?
5 additional hit points. Your max is up higher.
Damn, how many people can you add?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was only.
Choose up to 3 creatures within range.
Up to 3 creatures. Okay.
That's
Wow.
us.
What's the range on that?
Choose, yeah.
I know you're touching in this.
30 feet.
It's 30 feet, but
That's crazy.
Did he have to continue? Like, do you have to still be a close? 30
no,
feet?
that's why it's so powerful.
Wow.
And how long does that last?
8 hours.
So
It's
Like
the
your
adventure
adventure
game.
my armor.
That's
Yeah.
all day today.
Like your
yeah.
mage armor.
All right,
Wow.
hell yeah.
Well, that's strong. That's real.
Hell
That's
yeah,
actually
yeah,
really
that's
strong.
Really good for them to have.
Okay, so
Because I'm a flimsy, tiny.
you feel those of you. So Davian got it. Ismark and Farron.
Yeah.
All right. So Farron, you have this interesting moment where this golden light appears. It's Barovia, so it's still going to have some veins of gray, but perhaps not as many as were there previously. And as it absorbs into your body, you can feel both the starry magnificence, the starry void magnificence of the pale girl, and also the glory of Lathander chasing one another in an almost playful way, at least on her part. And it does empower you, but like the contrast between the warmth that you're feeling and then the coolness in your veins is striking.
All right, well, nobody's, never mind. I'm not going to invite them to do so.
And I bet the non-chosen feel. Oh,
Make a
Feel bulky.
make a deception check.
Yeah.
You won't have to do this every time, but I want to see how well you keep your poker face. Another nat one.
Yeah.
That's a 9. That's a 9.
That's a 9. Jordan,
You're not keeping anything from me.
make an insight check.
That's all right.
Can I as well? Because I actually watched this.
That is a 14 on the die, so another 8 on top of that. So
You
4.
should I allow that?
Yes.
Because it was a nat 1. Normally I would say no because there are too many things to keep track of. But because it was a nat 1, go ahead.
Oh, I got a nat 3.
Nat 3.
Mm-hmm.
Does that beat her 9?
Sure doesn't.
Okay.
Wait, investigation?
No, insight.
No, it sure doesn't.
No. Okay. I know your investigation's
are we all
actually
doing
pretty
insight?
damn strong. No, just
He was watching.
just him because he's been watching. Yeah.
Magical stuff.
And
Yeah, I don't know.
so you look over and
All your frou-frou stuff.
her reaction is not like Davian and Ismark are both
22, actually. Sorry.
kind of looking around, and you see Davian's stooped back kind of straightens and he throws his shoulders back. He looks 10 years younger. Ismark has a bloom of health, and kind of his face is flush with blood and vigor. And Farron, you see physically it takes, but she has a very different look on her face. And so in that moment, what is the look on her face as you feel that almost painful contrast?
Yeah, I was going to say she looks like kind of nauseous, like she feels a little sick.
And you've never seen that reaction to aid before.
So if you didn't know there was something going on, now you do.
Yeah.
Because that's the last thing you should do.
Okay.
But you feel the presence of your god, so you know she was granted the divine magic.
And
Yeah.
if I see you looking at me, I'll just give you a smile. Thank you. That should help.
I enjoyed our conversation this morning. I look forward to the next one.
Of course.
And as you set out at this brisk clip to try to take advantage of this window, is it just your hope, or does this day seem just a tiny bit brighter than some of the other days? Still damp, still Barovia, but maybe the mud isn't quite as thick. The
Maybe we're just
bramble.
getting used to it.
Maybe you're just getting used to it. The bramble around you doesn't seem to encroach on the trail quite as much. And Artexia, I think you still have the highest passive perception
Yeah.
in the group. Yeah, I think it's one. I think it's actually 2 higher now, the Durgans. So, I'm gonna roll against you.
Perception was not one of those options for me.
So, you see the wing dips.
To the left.
Yeah, to the left.
Everything going okay?
I gotta tell her, right? Or I gotta be like,
Oh, she saw it.
No, you did not. Even Artexia did not.
Nope.
However,
Nobody saw the wing?
no.
I did.
Yeah, you would have seen because you're watching.
That's all I'm focusing on.
What's the range on your sending? Or not sending, but...
Message is like 120.
Nice. Okay.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, 120.
120. Okay. And he's only like, he's staying well within that. He's probably no
And
further.
I spent time explaining to him how it works.
Yeah, because he's not gonna ride right at the edge to miss something. So he's probably like at between 80, 90 feet, which is still gonna be, way above.
I wanted to mention with leveling up my passive perception upped.
Also went up by 1. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, because you do have proficiency in it.
Ooh, hey, cool.
So no, it's
Yeah, good point.
it's good stuff.
Wait, what?
Forgot to add to that.
Me too.
Because your proficiencies are +3. So the people who have
People who are
Oh my god, is
proficient
everyone in the group proficient except me in perception?
well, the 2 elves get it as
Yeah.
part of being elves.
That's true.
I'm proficient at it.
And you got proficient, and then you chose to. Yeah.
Yeah, so my passive perception doesn't go up, right? You said
No, it does.
mine did? This one?
Yeah, just by 1.
So, yeah,
Since you're
17 now.
That's in a pin, I think.
bonus.
Yep, I'm gonna have to.
It's okay. It's fine. Just scratch it out and put 17.
All right, so I checked in with
So
him.
you checked in, and he says, because he actually was like actively monitoring to see if you picked up any tails, and he has an advantage, a literal bird's eye view that you just guys don't have. So he says, there's some sort of, I can't tell if it's a small human or some sort of elf, maybe. It's trailing behind you. Very good, very quiet, but I don't think it spotted me as anything other than a bird.
Do you think we should start deal with it first?
Stand by.
I hold up my hand to the group to show them, like, wait a second while I'm... Because they can't hear
What is
what's
it?
going on between us.
I imagine you doing this, and I just like pause.
And and from a distance, you hear kind of a raspy, heavy sigh, and then just coming up directly towards you. The wing dips a little frantically.
Oh, we can hear something coming up from my. I'm turning around.
like whatever it was stalking you has abandoned stealth and is just powering through the brush.
I'm pulling my axe and shield out.
Okay. Ismark pulls out his longsword and his shield.
We have eyes on it now.
I got a fireball in my hand. I'm waiting. Well, if y'all got shit ready,
Okay, I think it has a bow, but it's not knocked. And Davian gives you a couple, combat rounds basically of heads up. And then this thing, Farron, I'm gonna have you roll an investigation check.
Let's roll a better roll than we have earlier today. Not that much better, unfortunately. 11.
This person is vaguely familiar, maybe. So it does look kind of like elven stature, so maybe 5'5", 5'6".
I'm sharing all of this with them in a whisper. Everything that happened that Davian told me and what I am seeing.
Okay. The cloak is ragged, and has holes in it. The posture has a weird dissonance of both a slight shamble with grace, and there's a distinct odor, not necessarily of death, but like of mold, and like a graveyard, without just outright decay, like a deep, musty, earthy smell. And the unpleasant version of petrichor, the unpleasant version of what the earth smells like after a rain. And I'm going to say
smell.
he now approaches and then stops maybe 40 feet from the group, like comes out of the bramble line and is on the trail back.
Being a specialized in necromancy type of guy,
Type of guy.
may I make an insight check to see if I can identify this as either an undead or a not?
Make an investigation roll and see if this jars your memory now that you can see him in broad daylight.
Does the person look at all familiar?
14.
Apparently it looked somewhat familiar.
14.
To you or to all of us?
Farron would have been the person who would have recognized him first.
I think I do.
But as he's sitting out with the 14 and your passive is high enough, it kind of slowly dawns on the group who this person is, although the context was very different
Fucking Rictavio.
the last time.
I have a theory.
Have our attention.
You're going to the hill, aren't you?
Yes.
Is this the guy that we
I'm gonna walk toward him and hold my
Okay.
hand up for everyone
Okay.
to stay where they're at. And I just take a few steps. I did ask you to come back to us. We're ready to talk.
Elias died at the hill.
We don't plan to follow in those footsteps.
I want to finish what he started at the hill. Are you going there to burn it? Are you going there to chop that fucking tree down?
We're going there to take back things that don't belong to them.
Are you going there to burn it?
Yes.
Yes.
I hold my hand up again.
And you see there's an unnatural glitter of red in the cowl as he studies you intently. You can feel a bit of weight behind the gaze even at this distance.
I'm gonna try again.
That's a cow.
I'm gonna try to detect his thoughts again. Even though it's probably not gonna work again. I'm trying it.
All right, you drop into yourself. You see the funky kaleidoscope of this thing again.
I'll do it subtly. So
Just subtle spell, okay.
to not put him off too much.
What do you need?
Are you asking me?
All of you. He creeps closer.
Do I get anything?
What's your interest?
A skeleton, an axe, a last stand, a mist to the west.
I'm gonna push it if I can.
Okay.
Can you tell us what it is that we're going to find there? A tree, you say. Is this one of those evil living trees?
So as you are there, his head snaps up, and on a nat 1, his innate defenses fail, and in this case it's a weird thing, Farron, because you actually begin to order some of his mind. And it's not just a crazy kaleidoscope of different flashing, strobing images and sensations, but instead there are bits and pieces of the story being told out of order. But you see who you know must be Elias hacking at this tree with a battle axe that seems to do more than it should to the wood. And at some point, many years, decades, perhaps, you see a clear image of a silhouette of the Dreadlord, framed by a light, active mist behind him. And then he turns from this person with nothing but kind of a vague scorn as he watches this elf bleed his last next to this cursed tree, and turns away. And you catch the name. You hear the name of this person that he thinks of himself, but as soon as you come back into your right head, it's gone, but it is going to coalesce back into your brain.
Okay.
It's just going to take...
I have to come back to it.
You have to come back to it.
Okay.
And you hear, "Brother!"
Shit.
And these two elves, a long time ago, you would guess more than a century ago, that they found themselves snatched by the mists. And although they did everything that they could with only 2 of them, it wasn't enough. And they were trying to restore some part of Gaia. And there was hope that once the curse was broken once that horrible curse of Yesterhill was broken, that they might actually be able to find a way home through this thinning of the mist. And all of this, you just you manage to order, and it's like, imagine like a gem that's been shattered, Caitlin, and then you understand now that that's what you were looking at, a shattered gem. He had a beautiful mind when he was sane, and you're taking pieces of it now. Instead of trying to reconstruct the gem, you're laying it out flat like a puzzle.
I'll turn around to the group and say, he has his own reasons to want to join this effort. Some level of vengeance to right a wrong.
They must burn.
This is the guy we met before we reached Valaki.
Mm-hmm.
My concern isn't so much what his motivations are, rather if he will go half-cocked off when we're in the process of still figuring out what we're doing. He sees his target.
He starts walking toward the group.
We are going to fight
Just a moment.
berserkers.
He keeps walking.
It would not hurt
Stop.
to have our
Eh,
own.
he's not
Probably
gonna
walk
stop.
right past us, Durgan.
Just-
He's going one way or the other.
And
Our roads head in the same direction.
the moment comes,
Now, even if he does start trying to walk, I still say stop.
he keeps walking.
I relax my body posture. I'm putting the shit
You're probably
away,
just
and
going
I'm
to make
like,
it harder for
okay.
us to get this done. If you need to get this done at all and done right, you'll talk with us.
And
You think you're going to march in there and get what you want?
he looks at Farron. Words are useless. Only fire and blood is what they understand.
They need a plan.
He can be our guinea pig. Send him in.
His mind doesn't work this way, Durgan. You're not going to reason with
He's
him.
going to put him on alert is what he's going to do.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Then let's make ourselves in front of him.
Then we use it wisely.
that's what I was thinking. A
He will
distraction.
walk straight
so-
for
He's
it.
going
We
one way or the
anticipate
other.
His movement.
We can either turn around and go home and let him shoot his shot without us, or we go at the same time.
He begins stalking ahead.
Don't see the problem here.
I say we carry on. I've seen inside, and I do believe his intentions are at least good.
I agree with Farron.
Even if the tactics is not what we would plan,
That is why we have
this
a
is
nimble
another
and
element
agile
we
mind.
can now plan for.
Well, if you would tell our scout that we're plunging head forth with foolishly ahead, then by all means.
He can come.
We are plunging head forth foolishly ahead, Davian, despite possible protestations from my friends.
Well, I'll see what I can do about making the newcomer the main attraction in the eyes of the druids.
I like the way your little bird brain thinks.
And he speeds ahead to stir up trouble.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm saying we don't have much
Durgan's
of a
going to
choice.
start walking, but he's going to. This is foolish.
Right.
If there is no reasoning with him, then we use his foolishness to our advantage.
And honestly,
We both get
Which is
to
why I'm
finish
trying
what-
to dispense with any kind of plan or any kind of stealth getting up there. We're obviously going to get noticed, so we'll just go
Stealth
kicking in the
For
door.
him goes out the window.
Yes.
I mean, he snuck up on us pretty easily. He
No,
is
he
very
didn't.
stealthy.
No, he didn't.
The only reason we knew of him was because we have someone in the air. He's been following us for a
What
while.
makes you
according
think
to
they don't
Damien.
have similar resources, Farron? I'm
They don't
telling
have
you.
a bird?
They're just going to walk right in there. That's not the way that this is going to work.
so we come from a different direction.
Yes.
It's still going to put them on alert.
Everything we do is going to put them on alert.
No,
Durgan, I
it
swear.
is not.
And
Think about what we did getting back into the
even as you're having this discussion,
I
He's
understand.
still going.
you realize you can't see this guy anymore.
Yeah,
He's vanished.
We're walking too.
Yeah, no, he's vanished. You can't see him anymore.
I understand what I'm saying.
Like,
I'm just
are we
telling
just
you.
standing here in the middle of the road?
No, we're like
walking
walking
ahead.
behind him, but he's going so fast that yeah, he's taking off.
No, I mean he vanished back into
He's-
the underbrush.
Oh,
He's stealthy.
And how would you
Well-
suggest we do not? Well, let me rephrase the question. If we cannot control this being, which we can't, and he is dead set on going to where he's going, as are we, what do you suggest we do?
Do we pass without a trace again?
Well, that would have been my first. That would have been my
We can
first.
still do that.
You misunderstand what I'm saying, all of you. I understand the plan is blown. Any chance we had at stealth is probably going to be destroyed because of what he's about to go do.
A large assumption on your part, but yes, I hear what you're saying.
Okay? Now, I'm not saying we don't deal with it, but if we're not going to reason with him or stop him, then what other choice do we have?
how do we stop him other than killing him?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Why do
and
you
I'm
want
not willing to
stop
do
him?
that.
I'm not talking about stopping him. I'm just saying that we use him is sort of like, how are we using him exactly? He's gonna set off the. He's gonna.
Okay, what if I fucking entangle him
It is
for a
very
bit
easy
until we
to
get back?
Do not
He's
attack
gone.
him.
Yeah.
He vanished.
We can't even see him. He is stealthy.
This is-
He's
yeah,
not
it's pointless
planning
at
on
this point
marching
to
in
keep
there and
arguing,
yelling
yeah.
and screaming. I know it's not ideal.
He's gone. We can't stop him now. Now the
What
choice has
are
been made.
we going to do to get in there? We haven't
Let's
even
see why
discussed
everyone
our
is so upset about this.
I'm not actually upset about this.
I'm fine too. Durgan's perturbed.
Yes. Because sometimes chaos is required.
Thank you. That's why I'm here.
All right.
Well, that's actually what she's here.
So, in a surprisingly short amount of time, you begin to see a pretty
Wait, let me roll for my detect thoughts.
steep hill.
I want to roll on the wild magic.
Oh yes,
Yeah, you do.
yes you do.
Artexia, can you cover us as you did before?
Do you have to do the
So are we
wild
pulling up
magic
to it right
roll
now?
from the mage armor earlier?
I also didn't do that. A 9 on that.
No,
Do you
you're
want me
okay.
to do one for the mage armor?
You're okay.
Too far gone at this point.
I'm gonna. I should have asked for the mage armor. I'm gonna say the mage armor was in a calm enough moment. I'm not gonna sweat that too much. The detect thoughts definitely could have gone awry though. Thank you for. I have to get that back.
So we're close enough that I should be using Pass Without Trace now? Or...
We have an hour in.
Yeah, because it's up to an hour. If you want to use it.
I mean, I want to wait until, like, the moment so, like, we don't...
That only
see the
lasts
hill.
for
to get in there, yeah.
so long, right?
Well, it is an hour. It's up to an hour, but it's also, like, I don't want it to just be gone as soon as we get inside. You know, I want
Right.
to still cover us as we're going through if we need to, yeah. So...
Davian warns you ahead of time when you're like within half a mile
Okay.
of the place,
And then
and you'll make that in 10 minutes or whatever through the trail. So
Okay.
I'm gonna send him a message too and say, let us know if he pops back out and he's causing a scene before we get there.
will do. And okay, so we have. Go ahead and write down that you have passed without a trace. Going on. You feel that. And again, you have this. All of the sound just gets swallowed and grounded into the earth as you're moving.
Since we're just walking, I'll tell them everything that I saw
That you saw.
in his mind.
Okay. The trail through the thick woods leads to a hill covered with dead grass and cairns of black rock. Dark, ominous clouds gather high above, and a single bolt of lightning strikes the hilltop. West of the hill, the land, the woods, and the sky vanish behind a towering wall of fog, where lurks an all too familiar silhouette. And that, friends,
That hag? That
we will
freaking hag.
pause the tale.
What is it with you with this hag?
It's
The hag.
She is Hagrid.
All right, faraway friends,
in her mind.
that is us, and battle will most certainly be joined when we return. Probably the biggest scale battle yet, as our heroes attempt to take out a major faction in the Valley of Barovia.
Bloody hell.
Okay, thank you so much, and we will see you back here next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.